given the fact that in the current state of technology, it's technically easy for us to share things. We're talking about digital or electronic things. It's technically very easy. In fact, all of the media seem to have sharing baked right in to the kinds of things we can do besides playing the media. So that is one aspect of what we're experiencing. Another is the fact that we live in this so-called global village. So we're intimately connected with things that are happening sometimes on the other side of the world more than what might be happening a couple blocks from our house. So this is another aspect. And if we put it all together, the idea that sharing is good, if we go all the way with it, sharing is a responsibility, and then we add in the context of the world as it is, as we know it, we're looking at, I think, a reasonable future in which it becomes practical, not just entertainment, but practical to share. And all types of sharing, not only information, but especially information and personal experience and knowledge, those things can be shared, and they would cease to be, sort of pedestrian or light experiences, but rather knit into our livelihoods. The meaning of sharing might become much more deep, to the extent that it's very much involved with our very sustenance, our lifestyle in the future, and also probably starting to see that today. So that means that sharing at some point will be an aspect of civics, our basic societal roles. It'll be much more part of civilization. So let's talk for a moment about the less ideal version of sharing, where sharing might go awry a bit. And these are having to do with the more modern versions, online mainly. One of them is the relationship between excess sharing, perhaps, and excess empathy. In other words, we might feel so involved with somebody else's experience and what they may need in an excess way that we may actually want to share with them too much, in a way that the sharing becomes a form of weakness in both people. And I think this is where the conservatism slant or interpretation of sharing, social sharing, comes in, because it's the adage that it's better to teach a man than to give him something. So there are limits, I think, on sharing in the extremes. Another sense that we've talked about briefly is the fact that when we share for a reason, especially because we want something, then this is a conditional sort of arrangement that is always going to have impurities, and this is the more cynical view of sharing, that there's nothing between people that doesn't involve some kind of exchange. So I would still argue that there is pure sharing, so unconditional sharing.